Hi YouTube, this is Tom. It is Sunday, 21st of November 2010. I want to start, it's going to be a short video. It's going to be part one of my FEMA camp story, I guess, that I'm going to tell you. I didn't go to a FEMA camp necessarily. It was an institution. And it all started out with me being a defiant teenager, being 16 years old, doing what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, going wherever I wanted. My parents didn't like that, so they decided to send me off. Let me give you a little story of how it started. I was awakened by these two tall Italian men, big Italian men, that like 4 a.m. in the morning, whatever, saying that I have to go with them. So anyways, I, was really unhappy. I was hysterical. I was crying because, I was sleeping on my couch and I got awakened by these guys saying that my whole life was about to change. They didn't tell me how long it was going to be gone. They just said they couldn't answer my questions right now. So I was being escorted out of my house, and I had a Kleenex that I, blew my nose with because, it was runny and because I was crying. So I tried to throw it out, and they thought I was getting a knife, which knives are even in a cabinet or in a drawer, and they pretty much took me to the ground, which I was so tired I wasn't even really knowing what was going on in the first place. So anyways, they were like, "Oh, we thought you were doing this. I'm sorry." I was like, "Well, I don't know what's going on." So anyways, they take me into the car that they came to in my house. And, yeah, it took me away in their car. I cried myself to sleep in the car because it was a really long car ride, 4 hours, 5 hours. But I woke up in the middle of the car ride and, noticed that, I could open the door. I guess they had the child-proof lock not on, or he forgot to. There was the escort guy sitting in the front seat and one next to me, so anything stupid. Well, I thought it was a good idea on the interstate while we were going about 60, 70 to try to roll out of the vehicle. So I opened up the door and tried to jump out. I managed to get out of my seatbelt because he was looking the other way, he wasn't paying attention. Neither was the guy in the front seat. And I managed to open the door and try to jump out. Well, he grabbed me by the collar of my shirt, and dragged me right back in, which I'm kind of glad he did, because honestly, when I was jumping out there, I was thinking, ooh, this is not going to be good, because there were cars close behind me, and yeah, I would have been killed. But I was just really out of it, and not thinking straight. But anyways, we get to this place called the Family Foundation School. Mind you, it is a school, it is a facility, whatnot, to hold people that are 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids that have been defiant and their parents want to get rid of them. But the family school was burnt down years and years ago. It was this cult called Eastridge, and they were a bunch of people that brought in kids who had mental disorders, schizophrenia and whatnot, and would abuse them. And pretty much the town set fire of this place. Anyways, the founders of that place were the founders of this place as well, because they restarted it. So, they would do terrible things to people there. People with schizophrenia would be tied up in chairs on porches in the middle of winter, and they'd pour cold water over them because they were trying to smack the demons out of them or whatnot, or some crazy stuff. And they would make them, the students, become friends with the animals because it was on a farm, and then after they've befriended the animals or whatnot, they would cook them up, kill them, and cook them up for dinner. And while they were finishing up their dinner, they would be told that the friends that they had made, the sheep or goat or whatever they were friends with, they just ate their friend. So they would do terrible stuff to them, and it carried on to family school. And it's still today. There's an ongoing investigation with them, with abuses happening from like 1999 onward to like 06, 07, because I was there in 05, 06, 07 time range. But anyways, my time's up already. But I'm just gonna leave off that I got here, didn't know where I was. I knew I was in the woods on top of a big hill in the middle of nowhere, miles and miles away from civilization, and that's it. And I will definitely go into more, but I just had to give you the background and whatnot of this place. I don't know, some of you guys may have been there. I'd like to hear from you if you have. I have looked at other people who have been in the same place up on YouTube and see if they had done any blogs or vlogs about it. Rarely. One or two I can find, but not very many. But also want to go off by saying only 1 to 2 people in the entire time in this facility did they die, and they were both suicides. So not very many people died there, luckily, but nonetheless it's still death. But I will talk to you guys later. Hope you have a good night.